me.
When it comes to video game crash and burns, they really don't get much more.
Look, this is the best person in ever known history who definitely didn't fuck over the entire video gaming industry. We love this person, said sarcastically.
More spectacular than this one. It would be no exaggeration to say that Anita Sarkeesian was one of the most influential.
Who is this? Oh. She was the beginning of the end. She was the Antichrist. She came up from hell just to destroy everything that you love and hold dear to yourself. She looks mentally stable. Yeah. She's yeah.
Divisive and widely hated figures in the whole industry. A name that's practically become the Lord Voldemort of the gaming world now, instantly conjuring up memories of bitter online culture wars, horrifyingly unlikable girl boss.
Bro, her eyebrows are killing me. It's just like a straight up line. It's just there's little noodles.
DEI struggle sessions, corporate mandated activism, and of course, absolutely shameless online.
Hey CDPR Project Red, I'm always available for consulting, cause it sure sounds like you might need it before the whole internet drags you for what sounds like some potentially sexist representations, which we all know you struggled with in the past.
And Grifton, a woman who once spoke in front of the United Nations.
Yeah, those are the guys who made Witcher and Cyberpunk, yes.
Who had major studios bending over backwards to accommodate her, the entire legacy media apparatus trying to prop her up, and a river of money all flowing her way. Then, it all kind of fell apart when everyone collectively realised she was completely full of shit, knew practically nothing about the things she...
What? A woman talking out of their ass without knowing what's up? Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. I will not believe you. Don't you dare slide their Bioshock game fit in? I'm sure they wouldn't.
Presumed to lecture industry pros and lifelong fans about, and her involvement in most major gaming
You know, it almost sounds like that I'm being, like, against women. Don't get me wrong. I love women. I just don't like retards. I don't like it when you get onto the top without any merit. You are not smart. You're just here to drag people down, to ruin what other people enjoy. Meanwhile, you're a complete dumbass. Zero IQ individual. But you're loud, you threaten, and you demand. And all the other women who would actually deserve the job, who are like skilled and hardworking and have passion, those don't get hired because of these bitches. You know?
Projects was a kind of reverse Midas touch, turning gold into shit and profit into massive losses. Ugh. So join me, your humble critical gamer, as we explore the crash and burn of Anita Sarkeesian. Anita was born in Toronto, Canada in...
Oh, that's all I needed to know. Fucking Canada! Oh no, it's so over.
1983, the daughter of Iraqi Armenians who moved to the country back in the 70s. After finishing high school...
Oh god, that is not... Oh god. Those were some rough high school years. Holy shit. Wow. Wow, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Do you think she walks in a lonely road?
She moved to California to study communications before moving on to York University.
First the nose ring. Well, you see, she's kind of old, and back then there wasn't any nose ring, right? She only had a greasy bad haircut.
University, where she earned a master's degree in social and political thought in 2010.
I have a proposition. How about we nuke universities from bullshit fucking classes like this? Just... it's useless. Fucking useless. Okay? Like, can we do actual degrees for something that is, like, requires skill? Like, something that you actually learn something? Like, be a doctor, be an engineer, be an architect, be literally whatever that requires learning and skill. Not any of this, oh, like gender studies. What is a woman? What is a man? What is a woman, man?
Already her preoccupation with gender and identity politics.
I literally just said it. Did I say it or did I say it? I literally said it. I knew it was coming. It always comes with these motherfuckers. They go to university. They don't do anything. They jerk off for like 3 years. They get a goddamn diploma. They think that they are the shit, but they are just like brainwashed dumbasses. And they create problems where there are no problems. Instead of fixing shit, they are like, actually, this representation is kind of offensive. We should put more diversity in it, even if it doesn't make sense to the story. And also, we should replace you, you, and you. Oh, you have been working in your entire life in this capacity? Well, how about we are just going to hire that chick over there because she graduated 5 minutes ago and she can totally do it better than you can. God, miserable cunt.
Politics was pretty obvious with her final
Respectfully.
thesis, I'll make a man out of you, strong women in science fiction and fantasy television.
I am not even going to comment on that. I know what this is. If you have to be a strong woman in games, that means you cannot look attractive. You cannot have tits or curves. You cannot fall in love with a man. And you cannot be nice. You just have to be angry. You have to mansplain. You have to just be loud. You have to step over the men and call them all sorts of names just so that they can know that you are perfect. Yeah, a bad haircut. True. You know, best is no hair at all. Just make that bitch bald. Perfection. Honestly,
While
yeah.
finishing up her degree, she launched the website Feminist Frequency.
Right. I remember the picture for Feminist Frequency. That they had like these beautiful anime cartoon avatars and it was just 3 obese bitches. Beautified. Oh my god, I hope he shows it.
Dedicated to analysing media from a feminist perspective, where she did groundbreaking work like applying the Bechdel test, a widely debunked tool.
Wait, I need to find that picture. Allow me. Feminist Frequency meme. I need to. Why are you on Facebook? Who uses Facebook anymore? Jesus Christ. Okay. So this was the logo for it, and these were the people who, you know, and I don't mean to be like that, but I'm noticing a bit of a stretch. A little bit of use of fantasy. You see how interestingly they could beautify the character, their own self-insert. But whenever it's about dude wanting to enjoy a game, it's like, no, you can't have that. Yeah, about that.
Whose own creator admitted that it was done purely for laughs, to the Best Picture nominees in 2012, and breaking down the gender stereotyping in Lego bricks.
What? Like what? What? The gender stereotype of Lego bricks? The what?
Yup, I'm being serious here. None of this made too much of an impact, but
What, like, as in, like, the boys play Legos more? Or there are no girl characters in Legos? Or... What?
it did open up a new avenue for grifting. Sorry, media analysis. And that avenue was video games, a rapidly growing industry catering to a largely male audience and making absurd amounts of money.
You know what's strange? I think these kind of people, they just really don't want men to have their own spaces. And I cannot figure out why. I think it's perfectly normal for women to have their own spaces, right? Like, you want to have girly shit, talk about girly things, post about girly things, do girly things. Why can't the boys do the same? Why can't the dudes just have like their Ratata game where they shoot each other and they teabag each other and they talk however they want to do without being told that, oh my god, you shouldn't say that, you're so misogynistic right now, you know? It's so fucking stupid.
In the process. And that
Women can't rationalize men having fun without women. I'm not even going to say anything to that, but the painful truth is that most women don't have a hobby, so they are not interesting. Like, I'm not saying all of them, because thank God there are many amazing women with amazing hobbies and they just have a lot of shit to do. But most girls, they are like, oh, I want my beauty product, I want my gossip, I'm going to watch Love Island or whatever the fuck is running on TV right now. And then they see the dudes, and the dudes usually have friends. And they're like playing a game, and it's like, oh my god, why are you playing that game? It's such an ick when someone plays a video game. Like, bitch, you're allowed to play it too. Like, why didn't you pick something? There's so many games for girls, boys, everything in between.
clearly was something that needed correcting. In May 20...
Oh my god.
In the process. And that clearly was something that needed correct.
That lady might need 2 chairs. That's wow.
In May 2012, Anita launched a Kickstarter campaign to fund a YouTube video series called Tropes versus Women in Video Games.
What's wrong with Bioshock? They pulled this clip up twice, and I wanna hear what she said about Bioshock.
Where she would break down various harmful stereotypes and
Nice.
depictions of women in gaming and how they could be fixed.
Over the course of this series, I will be offering critical analysis of many popular games and characters. But please keep in mind that it's both possible, and even necessary, to simultaneously enjoy a piece of media while also being critical of its more pernicious aspects.
Why exactly do you need funding to create the kind of videos that most content creators can make themselves for nothing? Don't know. Just don't worry about where the money went. Either way, the campaign was a massive hit and ended up raising over $150,000, and
Jesus.
Tropes vs. Women rolled ahead with its first episode, Damsels in...
I actually have such a hatred for people who hate the damsel in distress trope. Because on one hand, I get it that you don't want women to be seen as the victims all the time. But as a man, what is the most precious thing for you? It's the person who you love, your family, your friends. So if you want to make something with like high risk and high reward, then you cannot make a man fight for his second cheeseburger. That's not a good goal, right? You have to fight something for something he cares about. And sometimes it's not a happy ending. Like, sure, if it's always a damsel in distress, then it sucks. But sometimes it needs to be used.
Distress that came out the following year. Yeah, it was mostly superficial, highly biased, and easily debunked analysis of cherry-picked examples stripped of context, usually from games that had been made.
Also, hot take, but if, let's say that war breaks out and your country or your land gets invaded, who do you think will get kidnapped? Do you think it's going to be the soldiers or the hot chicks? I don't mean to be like that, but it doesn't make sense. The pretty man, bro. It's just such a silly, like, instead of destroying the damsel in distress trope, it should be like, hey, we need original titles where the women are also badass. And we do. Like, look at Tomb Raider, right? Like, Lara Croft is fucking badass. Like, Bayonetta, also freaking badass. Or like, even in like Bioshock Infinite, how Elizabeth sort of starts out as a damsel in distress, and then she becomes so much more. Like, she becomes like super powerful. I like Bioshock Infinite, right? But it's my problem with this is that they always want to erase it. You know, that you cannot have it. You cannot have a soft, gentle, likable woman. You cannot have a wife. You cannot have a tread wife. You cannot have a woman who falls in love with you. You cannot have someone who is feminine and charming and just kind and loves and whatever. And like, you know, the things that used to be innate feminine things? Yeah, you can't do that anymore. I'm sorry. Take your sort of androgynous, bald female who is rude to you. Otherwise you're a bad person. I don't know.
Decades earlier, and tossed together with the kind of word
Nice.
salad that could only come from a political science
I particularly like the fact that he had like a little button in front of the crotch for easy peeing access. Nice.
science degree, but what the fuck? It was exactly what the legacy news media were desperate for. A chance to shame and browbeat an industry that had mostly gone unchallenged until now. The New York Times even called it essential viewing for anyone interested in video games. And one of their journalists even tried to call out Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto about the damsels in distress trope in the Mario games. His response? I haven't given it a lot of deep thought over the years.
I love the Japanese.
Fucking based. Not everyone was riding the Feminist Frequency bandwagon though, as it
It's because, listen, hear me out. If every woman is supposed to be strong and better than being a damsel in distress, then why is it that every woman either wants to marry a rich man so they don't have to work, or become a sex worker to get the most amount of money with the least amount of effort? Why are women not thriving to become lawyers or doctors or engineers or architects or computer scientists or literally anything? Why? Some do, of course. But would you say that a bigger percentage of women are striving for this, especially in 2026? Or do you think that today's girls are like, I want to be a streamer, an OnlyFans creator, an Instagram model, or whatever? Why do you think they want that? It's not because it's mentally challenging, okay? It's definitely not. Of course, there are female doctors. Like, I'm not saying that everyone who is born with a vagina becomes a whore. Thank fuck. But I'm just saying that it's becoming increasingly a higher number of the women who don't want to achieve things. They just kind of want to live in success without doing anything. So, you know, we are all whores lately. True.
turned out Anita and her series have blundered right into the middle of the biggest online culture war of all time, Gamergate. Now, there's already like 1 million videos explaining this topic in way more depth than I
Where is your money? Well, just because we are all whores, it doesn't mean that you're being good at it.
ever could. The short version is that people...
Oh god, oh god. Oh god. Would you like her as your girlfriend? I'm sure that you would live. It's like all the red flags. Crazy hair color, crazy eyeshadow. I don't think, is that a piercing? Like right here? Or is it just glued on? Like, you cannot pierce so on the... No, but because where does it come out?
That was good.
Surely now.
Cool. Majority of uni students all over the world are women. Women are getting more and more ambitious.
Okay, if you're... Okay, universities have so many courses that are useless. Okay, it's literally budget courses. All of the sociology, the gender studies, and whatever stupid, like, and art history and shit like that. How about, as I graduated as an engineer, I will tell you, my class had like 60 people. Out of the 60 people, there were 4 girls, including me. You know how many people were on like business and marketing and whatever? That was 99% women. Art history, bullshit like that, 99% women. I don't see there were more architect girls, but in engineering, literally no one. Okay? Like, it was always just like the budget buffet classes. It's not being ambitious when all you have to do is scratch your titties and it's like, wow, you passed. That's nothing. There's just like glazing. That's like a participation trophy. Who is going to give you a job with gender studies? What are you going to be? Like this. You will be a mentally ill, colorful haired individual who is going to yell at boys for wanting to have fun in video games. You know? It's useless. And you will be in debt because American universities are insane. So congratulations, you played yourself. You know?
People began to notice that certain indie
Like, I guarantee you, it's not... Most of the women are not trying to be like, wow, I'm going to be a brain surgeon and I will be the best in my field. Like, I wish it would be like that. I fucking wish. And I'm sure there is a few, but it's not the most of them. Not of them. There's more financial aid for girls. Okay, give me. I will learn about gender studies. I will be able to tell you what is a girl and what is a boy. Okay? Just right now.
game developers were getting a suspicious amount of positive coverage from mainstream gaming outlets, which led to accusations of corruption, bias, and even sexual favours in games journalism, and eventually
What are these even? What is this game? What is this horrible thing?
he exploded into an all-out
Big phony. Wow, I see big things. Hello? Nice.
backlash against the creep of identity politics and feminism in gaming. And this was hardcore, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Lately, it feels like that universities don't actually teach you, but sort of brainwash you for like an ideology. At least American universities. Everyone goes in and comes out with like a twisted fucking hat, and they just become like really loud and obnoxious and unwilling to talk about things. Lately, well, I don't really look at them, right?
Doxing, threats, harassment campaigns, mass flagging, review bombing, even criminal charges.
Oh my god, look, it's a V. It's so old. It's so ugly.
It was all kicking off, and pretty soon the Tropes vs. Women series became another major target, along with its creator. Now, it goes without saying that I do not endorse this kind of shit in
What the fuck?
the slightest. Criticising a person's ideas is perfectly fine, but actually threatening harm on them in the real world is something very fucking different. Either way though, Anita was able to spin all of this to her advantage with sympathetic news coverage and even an appearance at the UN to speak about
Bro, she went to the UN.
online harassment. Now, if you were a tinfoil hat enthusiast, you might even suggest that she courted this kind of online controversy and baited people into harassing her to prove her own point and portray herself as a brave victim
That's
standing
crazy.
up to the online mob so she can milk all that sweet sympathy and
The UN is a cocked organization. But can you imagine going to fancy places like the UN just because you're like women in video games? Am I right? Like, these are such unimportant things. It's like, yes, let me just go to the UN and talk about how actually Super Mario is misogynistic because Mario is trying to save the princess, you know?
donation money. But you know,
True.
that's just crazy talk. Before you could say gassed up mid though, Anita and her Tropes series was the toast of the town in media circles, garnering millions of views, attending major speaking events, TED Talks, video game conferences, and basically anyone that would have her. Suddenly confronted by this tidal wave of media scrutiny and profit-threatening criticism, the gaming industry reacted exactly like you'd expect. They folded like a house of cards.
Thanks, guy, but I got this one. Thanks, bros, but I will take it from here. Sure.
And before you knew it, Anita was being touted as the
Sure.
new savior of gaming.
It's just I don't have a problem with making games with girl main characters and having their own adventure, but this just sounds so cocky. That's what I don't like. It's like, oh my god, thanks, bros, but I will take it from here. Like, the attitude, bro.
The bringer of light and truth who was going to drag the industry
No more helpless damsels. One gamer's war on sexism. So, if hypothetically you get robbed on the street, are you allowed to call the police, or should you just like girl boss your way out of the situation? Like, what's the etiquette here? Or can you only get like female police officers or something?
Away from
You slay.
sweaty teenage boys and horny middle-aged men.
They can't legally rob you. That's true. That's true. They can't legally rob me. I will just tell them that it's illegal. I will be like, stop. This is against the law.
And into a more enlightened era of diversity and inclusion.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
However, all was not
Sure about
well.
that?
The Tropes vs. Women series that had started with such fanfare in 2013 was rapidly losing momentum. Views dropped off sharply from 2015 onwards and never really recovered, and the pace
Thank you, Link.
of uploads slowed down drastically,
Bruh.
with only 2 episodes getting released in 2017 before the whole thing ground to a halt. Wow, that was $150,000 well spent, wasn't it? Anita's claim of being a lifelong gamer took a bit of a hit when footage emerged of her running a workshop back in 2010, giving a very different story.
It's a soundtrack of one song, except I'm doing video games. So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had
Ah! Aha! Ha 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 ha! Milady! Milady! If you don't like it, why are you tinkering with it? Why? There it is. I don't care. Why do people want to spend so much time pulling down something they don't even care about? You see, that's the biggest problem. She's not trying to help. She just doesn't fucking like people having fun, and she wants to change it. Money and fame. Wow.
to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
You serious?
It also turns out that mainstream media support is a fickle mistress, and if you don't have an actual fan base there to lift you up, pretty soon you're gonna disappear into obscurity. And well, that's exactly what happens. A VidCon panel that she hosted in 2017 turned into a complete disaster when almost nobody showed up except her own detractors.
God.
And she spent most of the event
Oh,
raging
no.
against them and dodging their questions. By 2019,
Oh,
desperate
no.
for money and relevance, she tried to publicly blackmail CD Projekt Red into a consultancy gig on their upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077, saying, "Hey CD Projekt Red,
Listen. Cyberpunk is a Vogue game. I can't have big titties, okay? That's it. It's fucking cancelled. Everything is ruined. I tried. There's no big titty option. I can be flat, flat, or flatter. Sad.
I'm always available for consulting because it sure sounds like
What about titties?
you might need it before the whole of the internet drags you for what sounds like some potentially sexist representations, which we all know you've struggled with in the past."
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It was the social media equivalent of a protection racket. "Hey buddy, nice game you got there. Be a real shame if something was to happen to it, know what I mean?"
Dude, I mean, have you guys seen what there are people trying to do with Stellar Blade with the new one? They are trying to like email like MasterCard and Visa again so that the payment providers wouldn't be willing to work with them. They wanna like censor it and cancel it. What? Yeah, you haven't heard it because, you know, again, attractive woman character. It's like, oh, gamers don't want to play with women. Stellar Blade comes out. Yeah, but not those kind of women. And I'm like, why? Why? If there are so many games with like these, you know, DEI type of women, and there's no problem with that. Have it. But why can't you actually have the kind of game that you actually want? They are actually crazy. They are so aggressive. It used to be like live and let live, and now it's like change everything, otherwise we will get you cancelled and everything that you love. And wow, kinda ass.
Needless
Wasn't it collective shout in Australia? Oh no, these are like brand new things on Twitter. I think it's just like a bunch of like bitter people hated that Stellar Blade still has like an attractive character. They don't care that, oh, it's a company in Korea and the standards are different.
Needless to say, it didn't work. CD Projekt Red and any other developers still interested in turning a profit avoided her like the plague, and by the early 2020s, the culture had shifted, Gamergate and most of its major players had faded from relevance, and Feminist Frequency was fading with it. See, it turns out that watching a bunch of bored, frumpy, middle-aged spinsters prattling on about media they barely understand was...
I don't want to be mean, but I'm not sure if this is a flattering picture. Like, there are better pictures. No. There's no point being mean about people's looks, but like, what is going on here? What is that? The quadruple chin, like.
Wasn't a big hit with audiences. Views plummeted, interest waned, and in 2023, Anita announced that she was shutting down Feminist Frequency.
This was 3 years ago. This is current.
For goods. The official excuse was burnout and exhaustion. The real reason? Nobody was fucking watching it. So where exactly is she now? Well, in 2023, she made headlines when she celebrated her 40th birthday by holding a wedding ceremony.
It's just so sad, man. This is so sad. It's like, you preach it how much you don't need a man, and then you have your birthday and you make a fake wedding because no one wants to marry you because it was her birthday, cosplaying as she's getting married. That's just sad, man. I don't even feel like dabbing on her because that's just depressing as fuck.
Where she married herself.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes, queen. That's like,
god, that might be the saddest thing I have ever heard. Honestly.
right? Like, you don't even feel like dabbing on her. She has to live with herself. That's like the worst punishment ever. You know, like...
I can't think of a better metaphor for modern day feminism than a single, childless, middle-aged woman marrying herself. From a career
Like, listen, there's nothing wrong if you're single, childless, and middle-aged and you're not married. But when you very obviously want to be married, because why would you make your birthday party be a marriage themed if you don't want to marry? Like, it's very obvious that she wants to, but no one wants to marry her because she's probably not likable enough for any man to be with her, ? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm balling out here, right? I wouldn't
And she
say
can't even divorce herself.
That's true.
standpoint, she still kind of exists as this shadowy figure on the fringes of the games industry, limping along with the occasional consulting gig on small-time indie projects, but her days as an industry-leading cultural icon are long gone.
The problem with her and everything she did is that she didn't try to add to the gaming. She wasn't like, hey, there is enough games for boys. Can we just have some more female-led games? No, it was like, delete everything that the boys enjoy and remake it into something that is sterilized and neutral and not offensive and very safe and padded and boring and dull, you know? That's my biggest problem with it. You don't let people create what they want because, oh, you have to hire Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. has to tell you that, oh, this woman has too big boobs, you have to tone that down. Oh, Tifa needs an additional layer around her titties because, wow, that's unreasonable. Shit like that.
Back on it now, she was really just someone who happened to be in the right place at the right time, able to weapon.
I think the worst thing is that I think she had a chance to actually have a voice and be heard. But since she was so aggressive, for a while people were like, yeah, sure, we will give you place, we will change things. And now people are like, fuck that, I'm just not going to buy that game at all. Like, people now are voting with their wallet. If something looks like a slop, if something looks like that it was written by these people, they are like, yeah, I'm not spending money on it. I will just buy the 1,000 other games that is actually good, you know? Like, oh, you have like a AAA game, Dragon Age Veilguard, where I have to listen to 30 minutes the main character tell me in a fantasy fucking world of what pronouns they are using. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care. I want to go and kill dragons and bullshit. I don't care. I don't care. Good for you. I don't care. I will respect it as long as you shut the fuck up. It's not fun to play a game where you're being lectured. I hate that. It's not fun. Then I could just like, I don't know, go and piss off my mother, you know, and I get it for free, not for $80.
Nice controversy and ride the cultural wave that came with it for a few years. A person with many supporters but few fans who ultimately outlived her own relevance. That being said, the influence that she had on video games is arguably still being felt to this day. Like it or not, Anita Sarkeesian made her mark on the games industry.
I think it's changing now. I think there have been, around this time, there have been a lot of games that were in development and then like they kind of came out in a waves, and those are the games that became like a slop, you know? And people, thank God, people have pattern recognition on these things, and now people see it and it's like, oh, is it a female character and she looks very, very angry and she's very, very mean and very, very loud? Okay, then that might not be for me. Oh, does she, I don't know, there is like a bunch of signs, like I'm not get Fable, bro. Fable is going to get modded, okay? Fable has I actually don't think Fable is going to be a flop. I think Fable is going to be good. It's ugly as sin, but they will make mods. Like day one, I guarantee you, there will be big titty mods, okay? There will be like, it will be fixed. It will be fine. They have a chance. I unironically think it will be fine.
And it was not a pretty one. Anyway,
unless they sue the modders, they can't do that.
That's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Millennium writing can't be modded. I forgot about the funny, quote unquote funny writing. You're right. Fuck, you're right. How could you do this to me? Surely it will not be as bad as, what was it? The one with the talking sword? I always forget the title of that. It wasn't a WoW. No, not Laffy. No, the sword, the talking sword. Forspoken. Yeah, there you go. I think Forspoken purely flopped because the writing was so goddamn annoying. Like, no one could actually handle the conversation because it was so cringe and so dated and so obnoxious that everyone was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, we can't. God of War Laundry is Forspoken too. I don't know. I don't know. I think God of War Laffy is going to be I think it will drop and it will be just like okay, you know, like there will be people who buy it. It's not gonna be good, it's not gonna be bad, it's just going to be aggressively neutral and it will not reach too many people. Yeah, it will be just like okay, like you want to play a spin-off, it will be fine, whatever. You play it once and then you forget it ever existed. Yeah, it will be just like that. It's gonna be like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Oh no, was that bad? That's so sad. I think they somehow bring Kratos back in near the end. Somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow Kratos returned. We had to put him back and no one wanted to buy our games. What the fuck?